What is going on, Knicks Nation? We made it, baby. It's game day. Game one of the New York Knicks taking on the Indiana Pacers. The Eastern Conference semifinals is live tonight at 7:30 EST at Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Now, I'm happy to announce that your boy will be in attendance. Not tonight, but for game two on Wednesday. I'm really excited to Madison Square Garden. Tuning in from the arena on Wednesday night. I purchased my tickets yesterday. I'm really excited, but we don't need to talk about game two. We got a game to talk about tonight. So Knicks fans, hope you had a fantastic weekend. Let's get into business. The starting five is here against the Knicks and the Pacers. I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts how the Knicks match up against these Indiana Pacers. Definitely curious to get your guys' thoughts in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button on your way into the show. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. It's May 6th, baby. We got live people tuning in on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, all at the same time. My name is Richie here at Knicks Media. Hope you guys are having a nice Monday. The Knicks take on the Indiana Pacers tonight for game one of round number two. I'm definitely curious to get your guys' thoughts in the chat of where you think this series is going to go. Will the Knicks win the series? And in how many games? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat right now. Whether you're on Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube, love having each and every single one of you guys in the building. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way in. Let's get straight into business. Now, the Knicks are coming off what a series victory for this Knicks team against the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm underestimating the Pacers because I'm not. We're going to get into them. They are a very good team that we have to, be prepared for. But the 76ers was a different animal to overcome. That was a proven team that has been in the playoffs, been to a lot of, they never got out of the second round. But the Sixers should have been a number 2 and number 3 seed, and I think we all know why they weren't. It's because Joel was injured. And the fact that the Knicks were able to beat the Sixers 2 times in Philadelphia to advance to round 2, that was such a physical, grueling series, where this one, I don't think it's going to be more of a physical series. It's going to be more pace that's going to win this one, because the Indiana Pacers are a team that love to go fast, right? They're a fast-paced team. I mean, they live up to their name, right? The Knickerbockers live up to our name as a gritty New York Knicks, whereas the Pacers, they live up to their name. They pace themselves. They go fast. They run down the floor. They like to play fast-driven basketball with Tyrese Halliburton leading the charge as the point guard, the face of that team. We also got Pascal Siakam, which is a big in-season addition for them that has been killing it for the Pacers this series. Miles Turner, their big man, that's someone we got to watch out for. Now, we were able to get through Joel Embiid, who is a different monster, but Miles Turner is nobody that we can just shred off and think that he's going to be an easy piece to the puzzle. So the Indiana Pacers, they got a really good lineup, man. They got Obi Toppin as well coming in off the bench that we all know very well. TJ McConnell, who I already know is going to drive me and every single Knicks fan insane. Aaron Nesmith, who's a guy that can get hot any given moment. So the Indiana Pacers are a very good team, and that's up to this Knicks team to start off on the right page and get the Knicks W in the Garden tonight, okay? The Knicks got to take care of business and set the tone early and win the first game. If there's ever a must-win in a playoff series besides in an elimination game, it's definitely game one on your home floor, because the pressure's on you, right? If you don't have home court and you're away, you're trying to steal one of the first 2 games on the road. And if you're the Knicks, you're trying to maintain home court advantage. I've said it last series. I'll say it again. The Knicks have to take advantage of home court. Now, the good thing about this Knicks team is that it does feel like we don't need to rely on only home court. They know how to win on the road. Okay? It's not like this Knicks team only wins on the road, at home, rather. They know how to win on the road. The Knicks won 2 games in Philadelphia. The Knicks won their 2 games in Philadelphia, which is definitely a good thing. Okay? So I think that the Knicks getting on the standpoint tonight, starting off with a W would be huge. Now, getting into what to expect from the Pacers matched up against the Knicks, that's going to be really interesting, okay? Because, like I said, the 76ers were a different type of team. They have 2 all-stars, Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid, and some good role players. They play physical. They try to match the Knicks' physicality. Where the Pacers, they're fun. They're flashy. They like to beat you in transition. Halliburton is going to be making those flashy passes. Obi Toppin is going to be, he's coming off a good game, by the way, in game 6 against the Bucks, Obi, with 21. So I think that this is going to be a really interesting battle. A team in the Indiana Pacers, they're not as good as the Knicks from a rebounding and defensive standpoint, so that's where the Knicks got to really dominate this series. I'm looking at these Knicks to dominate the glass and on defense. That's where we can win this series. The Pacers are a way better team than the Knicks in terms of passing and assists and just overall offense, okay? We got the Pacers that are like a top echelon of the NBA in offense, and you have the New York Knicks as the best team in terms of defense and rebounding. So who will win, a defensive battle or an offensive battle? And that's not to say that the Knicks are not good on offense. We have Jalen Brunson, who is the best, who has scored the most points in any series so far in the NBA. Okay, we have Dante DiVincenzo, who showed some life last game. We have OG, who is stepping up in the clutch, and of course, Josh Hart. Now, the Knicks need to open up their rotation. Now, that's a big talking point I wanted to have here. The 7-man rotation, I don't know if it's sustainable, Tibbs. Is it sustainable? What do you guys think in the chat? Is it sustainable for Tom Thibodeau to maintain a 7-man rotation? When Bojan Bogdanovic went down, he shrunk the rotation to 7-man. Can we rely on one player playing 48 minutes and the rest of the guys playing 45 or 43 minutes? Is it so much to ask for Alec Burks to get in the game just for a few minutes or Precious to get in the game for a few minutes? I just want my guys to get some type of rest because I want these players to stay fresh. Now, if that's the mindset, if Tibbs doesn't feel like they need to deserve rest and the players are telling Tibbs that they're good to go, then they're good to go. But I think the Knicks got to maintain the pace with the Indiana Pacers, and I hopefully think that they could. Now, an advantage that the Knicks also have in this series that I want them to maintain, like I mentioned already, is their rebounding. Their offensive rebounding is off the charts, okay? The offensive rebounding for these Knicks have been the best part of their game. They out-rebounded the Philadelphia 76ers by a landslide. They had way more second-chance points. The Knicks have to keep that going, okay? They have to keep it going. And it's crazy because you look at the roster, right? If we had Julius Randle, the rebounding would be even crazier. But we got OG at the 4 and Hartenstein at the 5. And, of course, Josh Hart leads the whole series in rebounds last game. So the Knicks got to take advantage and stay true to who they are, out-rebound, out-hustle, play for each other, and tone it up and zip it up when it matters the most in the fourth quarter. When the clock hits the fourth quarter, when can we play our best defense? That's how the Knicks were able to shut down the Sixers. Joel Embiid was a bum in the fourth quarter against the Knicks, because of the defense. He was obviously injured, and maybe the knee wasn't able to hold up in the fourth quarter, but the Knicks played their best defense in the fourth quarter, and the Knicks got to keep that going. Now, something we saw in Game 6 against the Philadelphia 76ers that we'd like to see carry over into Game 1 is a fast start. We had the best start to a playoff game I've ever seen, going up 28-9. Now, the bad thing is the Sixers came all the way back and took the lead at halftime, but it didn't matter because I think that really helped the Knicks team get the W. We do not want to be coming from behind against a team like the Pacers. This past season, Indiana came to the Garden, and the Knicks were losing to them by double figures all game long. And it took a Jalen Brunson 40-point masterclass to come back from behind and win a clutch game at the Garden. Now, the Knicks have to make sure they do not go down early. Now, if they do, I'm not going to be panicking. They've proven this season that if they go down early, don't panic. They know how to come back. But if they get a lead, they need to maintain that lead and protect that lead with their defense, with their rebounding, okay? Now, Pascal Siakam is the guy that I really am hopeful that the Knicks can contain the most, because I think he's their X factor for me. Halliburton's going to get his. He's going to get hot. He's going to hit his step-back threes, okay? He's going to get those assists. He's going to get to the passing lanes. He's going to force turnovers. But Pascal Siakam, for me, is their guy that's like, yo, he can low-key get cooking, and then we're screwed, okay? He can low-key get cooking, and we're screwed. So let's hope that we can get the Knicks on the same page early and often, okay? Because if you look at the box score, Pascal Siakam, he was the leading scorer for the Pacers in that series, okay? He put up 22.3 points per game, 8.8 rebounds, and 4.2 assists in the series against Milwaukee. So that's their guy. That's their number one guy. That's it. So we got to look out for him. When it comes to other players on the Pacers, Halliburton is their all-star, okay? And, of course, TJ McConnell, I don't know if you guys remember, but every time the New York Knicks take on TJ McConnell, he's a Knicks killer. I don't know why, but he is. He's a Knicks killer wherever he is, whatever team he plays for. Whenever we match up against this guy, he murders us. He gets those pesky little rebounds. He steals the ball. He gets this little 7-foot jumper that gets to go. If there's one guy that Knicks fans can open their minds and just prepare to get annoyed, it's TJ McConnell. 110%. Watch out for that guy. He is going to have a lot of annoying plays that's going to drive all of us nuts. That's number one. Obi Toppin. What do we expect from Obi coming back home? Now, he didn't do that well against the Knicks this past season, but Obi has a new feeling of confidence. He's coming off a big game in the playoffs. We all have a soft spot for an OG, right? I mean, what I mean by that is he's just a likable guy. He was a Knick. He was drafted here, has a good story, grew up a Knicks fan from New York, but now he's an enemy. How is he going to do? Is he going to be a Knick killer? What if Obi goes crazy and goes off on us? That's going to hurt. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the Knicks benefited from that trade. I think this is a win-win trade for both parties. Knicks got rid of Obi. Now they had 2 extra second-round picks to work with. The Knicks were able to use some of those picks, go after OG Anunoby, trade away RJ, trade away quickly. Now look where the Knicks are at, and now look where the Pacers are at. I think both teams are on the right path, okay? So we shall see. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button on your way into the show. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you guys tuning into the show. The Knicks are on tonight against the Indiana Pacers for game 1 of round number 2. I'm going to be in the house, not tonight, but Wednesday. I'm super excited to get all the people in the building, baby, for the New York Knicks. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody in the chat, let me know where you stand. Knicks winning the series or not? Let me know right now. Knicks in how many games or Pacers in how many games? Let me know where you stand on the Knicks. Did you hear about what Jimmy Butler said about the Celtics and the Knicks? Yes, I also saw what Pat Riley had to say about his own Jimmy Butler. Interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. Knicks in 5? Did I hear a Knicks in 5? What'd you guys say? Let me know right now. Knicks in 5. Says Crim's dad. Where do you stand on this? Knicks in 5. I find that interesting. I'll let you guys know where I stand on it after you guys. Knicks in 4. Kevin's predicting a sweep. A what? A sweep? Damn. Okay. All right. Now, got to give a big shout out to the official sponsor of Knicks Media, which is BetUS Sportsbook. You guys know them by now. BetUS Sportsbook has been the proud sportsbook sponsor of Knicks Media for the season. Now, they have really cool bets here on their website. You can predict the exact outcome. So for the people that's saying Knicks in 6, right? That's, for example, the odds for the Knicks to win this series in 6 games is live. You can bet on the Knicks to win in 6 on BetUS at plus 450. Plus 450 for the Knicks to win in 6. For the Knicks to win in 5, it's at plus 325. For the Knicks to win in 7, it's at plus 350. For the Knicks to sweep the Pacers, it's plus 600. Knicks in 5, plus 325. And the Pacers' odds are here. Now, you can also have some other bets. Who's going to score the most points? Jalen Brunson is the leading favorite at minus 3,000. Wow. Minus 3,000. Now, you'd have to bet a lot of money to even win anything. You put $100 on Brunson to lead the series in points, you'd win $3. That's how likely it is for Brunson to lead the series. Most rebounds in the series. Look at Josh Hart as the heavy favorite. Look at that. Heavy favorite Josh Hart at minus 2,000. Most assists in the series, Tyrese Halliburton's leading the way at minus 250. Most threes. Now, this is an interesting one. Does Dante DiVincenzo lead the series in three-pointers made? Is it Jalen Brunson? Is it Halliburton? Devo is the favorite at plus 150. I like that. I'm going to take Devo at plus 150 here. I'm going to put a cool $5 bet on it because why not? Why not? Dante to lead the series in points. Boom. $5. I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. Now, if you are curious to get the odds of tonight's game and the spread on BetUS, here are the odds presented by BetUS. The New York Knicks are 6-point favorites. 6-point favorites tonight. They're at minus 230 to win outright. Obviously, if you're the second seed and you're coming off beating the Philadelphia 76ers, you have every right to be the favorite. By 6 points is a lot, okay? The total points is at 217.5, which is interesting. I got the Knicks and the Pacers going under. I think that the defense is going to kick in, okay? I think the Knicks is going to kick in, okay? If the Knicks win in 5, does that count as a win in 6 on BetUS? Just curious how that works. I don't gamble. So basically, to answer your question, if you bet on the Knicks to win in 5, right? So New York Knicks to win 4-1. That means they have to win in 5. You put your money on this, then that's how you cash out, okay? So if they win in 6 and you put your money on this, then you win. So you basically have to predict it. So if you put your money on the Knicks to win in 5, but they don't and they win in 6, you don't win your bet, if that makes sense. You have to predict the exact outcome. There's other bets that you can do of just outright Knicks winning the series. Now, those are different odds. If you just want to put your money on the Knicks to just win the series alone, then that's different odds, okay? But those odds are there. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is right now. And let's see, where did it go? So I got the Knicks winning in 6. I got the Knicks in 6. I'm putting my money on that at plus 450. I'll do it. $10 will win me 45. I like it. Knicks in 6. I got my money on it. Knicks in 6. Knicks in 6. That's what I got. Knicks in 6. Let's hear a quick word from BetUS.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.
Let's go, baby. Let me know where you stand in the chat. Where do you got the Knicks going or the Pacers going? Let me know in the chat right now. Knicks in how many games? We need to take Indiana seriously. 100% buzzer beater. I agree. We cannot look at the Pacers and think it's going to be easy. It's not. It's definitely not going to be easy. I can guarantee you that. Tonight's game isn't even going to be easy. Just because we got through the 76ers does not mean we can think with a straight face, yeah, this will be easy. No. It won't be easy, folks. Tonight will not be easy. So we got to be able to click at the same pace. Let's go. I'm excited, man. We cannot take this team seriously. I'm sorry. We have to take this team seriously. My serious prediction is the Knicks to go to 6 games and winning in Indiana. With Embiid, the 76ers were the number 1 defense that we just beat. Now we are facing about the worst defense. I think the Knicks will set the pace for the Pacers. We will have a hard time with this. I agree, man. We got to set the pace for the Pacers. I like that. Let's set the pace for the Pacers. Here are the projected starting 5 for both teams if you guys are interested to check it out. Kelvin's in the chat. What's up, bro? What's up, my guy? My man Kelvin's in the chat. Always appreciate Kelvin. I got the Knicks going to 6, Corey, and winning. Let's go, Richie. We can't underestimate Indiana, but we got to take care of business. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Knicks in 6, and iHeart is my X factor because of rebounds. Yeah, we got to get those offensive rebounds. That's how we've been able to win those basketball games against the 76ers. We out-rebounded the Sixers by a landslide, folks. By a landslide. Let's continue that. Let's continue that, baby. And I think that we will. I think and I know that we will. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Just making sure. I'm going to check Knicks Twitter right now, see where the vibes are at. I want to show you guys a cool graphic that I made. To preview this game coming up. Look at this. The series. What do you guys think of this? Let me know. NBA playoffs, round. I love this, man. It's a little retro vibe. Brunson, Hart, looking at what's coming with the silhouette of the city in the back. It's like Gotham City vibes. Let's go. Let's freaking go. I love this. What do you guys think of this? I like it. I'm a big fan. I'm trying to get more active on social media. If you guys want to do me a favor, go follow at NYKnicks_media on Instagram and Twitter. Getting more active, baby. Let's go. Getting more active, baby. Let's go. Let's freaking get it. Let's go. What do you guys think? All right. I got the Knicks in 6. So should you. Prestige, I agree. And the Pacers are a 2-point shooting team. The Pacers are actually a 3-point shooting team. They've shot the most 3-pointers in the entire playoffs. They shot the most. Let's go. All right. I think that's another thing we have to keep in mind about this series, folks. The Indiana Pacers shoot the most threes. They shoot the most threes in the NBA playoffs. I'm pretty sure. They shoot the most threes. And I think that's their philosophy. Therefore, we have to be able to maintain those. Allow them to shoot those threes if they want to, bro. Allow them to do it. Allow them to. Allow them to. Because I think that the Knicks' standpoint of letting them shoot their threes and protecting the paint will work out. It will work out in the end. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think the X factor is? Who's a player you think's going to step up the most this series, right? Jalen Brunson, we know what he's bringing. You guys know what jersey I'm wearing. Is it Deuce? Is it Deuce's series? Is it Dante's series? Is it OG Anunoby? Is it Mitchell Robinson? Where do you stand, Knicks fans? Who is the X factor? Who's stepping up the most? Who's stepping up the most this series, folks? Let me know where you stand right now in the chat, okay? Let me know where you stand right now in the chat. Let me know where you stand in the chat. Who is the guy that's stepping up the most this series next to Jalen Brunson? Is it Josh Hart? Because you could argue he was the best player in the series last year for the Knicks outside of Jalen Brunson. You can argue that. You can argue that. Even though there's so many people who stepped up, bro. So many people who stepped up, bro. So many people who stepped up. So let me know who's stepping up this series or tonight. Should we start with tonight? Devo. Can't go wrong. OG. Keith's in the chat. Yo, Richie, my daughter has a doubleheader softball game starting at 6. I'm going to have to take my iPad to the field. I feel you, Keith. I feel you, man. Hey, man. Responsibilities come. Responsibilities come. I'm going to the game Wednesday night, and I made plans with my friends to go out for my friend's birthday Friday night. This is like a month ago we made these plans, and now Friday night's game 3. I'm like, what do I do? I mean, I want to go be with my friends. I love my friends. I want to celebrate my friend's birthday. I want to be there, but the Knicks are on. What do I do? You know what I mean? When we made these reservations, I wasn't thinking that the Knicks are going to be on because it was a month ago. Damn. But hey, happens. Happens. If we defend the 3 rebound and let Ihart and Mitch defend the post. Yes, sir, Calvin. I like that. Anunoby and Precious. I hope Precious gets the... I don't think Precious sees the court. Deuce, who has proven if given the minutes like Josh would put up good numbers with Killer D. Deuce low-key might be the X factor, especially from the standpoint of we only have 2 players off the bench. We need help off the bench. We cannot rely on the starting 5 to do everything. We need a bench scorer. Without Bojan Bogdanovic, Deuce needs to level up his offense even more. There's more pressure on Deuce now. Without Bojan Bogdanovic getting like some help helping out on offense. Come on now. Deuce. With the Pacers' lack of defense, Brunson won't need to do as much and will dish to nonstop points for everyone else. I hope so. Jamal says, we need to take care of business the same way that we stump Philly. Down, let's go Knicks in 5 in the trades during the season that best fits in Tom's system, and Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Dante. Absolutely. Precious needs to play this series. I agree. We don't need to just be a 1-2 center rotation of Hart. Okay? Of iHeart, rather, and Mitch. We don't need it. We don't. Get Precious out there. I mean, we don't need, I like it, but give Precious some time. He's a good ball player. Get some rest, too. Even though Hartenstein and Mitch splitting minutes is fine, but maybe get Precious out there at the 4. Go big. Right? Have Mitch, Precious out there with Deuce and OG, and get some people out there to get some fresh legs. Feel me? That's how I look at it. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button on your way into the show, folks, and subscribe to Knicks Media if you're new. We love it. Hit that like button right now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm so pumped up. I'm so pumped up for tonight, Knicks Nation. Let's go. I'm telling you, with OG getting his fill against Indiana's will help out tremendously. 24-5 with OG, by the way. Should have been 25-4 if Maxey didn't go Super Saiyan. Yeah, bro. That Super Saiyan moment for Maxey was like, that was nuts. Let's go. Let's go. There will be moments we have to run with Indy. We may need to go deeper into the bench. Absolutely, Calvin. Could not agree more. Could not agree more. What Indiana has that the Knicks don't is the speed. Even though I will say the Knicks like to run. When they get a defensive rebound, they push. Especially when Josh Hart gets that rebound, he pushes that ball. He goes downhill, and he sucks the defense in just to spray it out to a shooter. If not, he's taking it himself for a layup. That's what the whole mindset is with this Knicks team. So the Knicks like to run, but if you're the Knicks, you want to slow down the Pacers and get them playing half court. You want them to be playing half court offense and half court defense. It's going to be impossible to do the whole time, but more often than not, slow down the Pacers, allow the Knicks defensive half court defense to be set, allow the offense to be at run half court for Indiana, because if you allow Indiana to go fast, they're going to throw alley-oops, they're going to hit transition threes, they're going to get a lot of momentum. So I think that's going to go into the Knicks' favor, though. Because you're coming to Madison Square Garden. You're not going to just fire threes away and get away with it. Yeah, they'll get hot from 3, but the Knicks are going to be there to match that. The Knicks are going to be there to match it. Let's freaking go, man. I'm pumped. Indy can tire out of 7-man rotation with the speed. We're going to need more guys. No thanks to Joel for injuring our entire bench. Yeah, that's for sure. It's either you get tired by running or you get fired by physicality, and the Knicks did not get fatigued by the physicality of the Sixers. We matched it and exceeded it. So that's another thing to keep in mind. The Knicks exceeded the physicality from the Sixers. We gotta just basically, this is how I look at it. The Knicks gotta match the speed of the Pacers with our physicality. Bruise them. Make them not be able to go fast. Punch them early. Yo, Richie, I've been wondering why Tibbs hasn't tried that big man lineup. Mitch and iHeart on the court together. MR at the 5 and iHeart at the 4. OG at the 3 could create some crazy matchups. Yeah, Kelvin, I don't think personally Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson need to be on the court together ever. But I think that Precious Achiuwa at the 4 with a Hartenstein would make sense. That's too big. We don't need 2 starting centers at the 4 and 5. That would be hard to score, number 1. And number 2, I don't think they would really complement each other. I think Hartenstein and Mitch are perfectly to split, but I think Precious should get some minutes at the 4, in my opinion. But that's just me. I mean, hey, that would be a crazy size. I mean, OG at the 3 with Hartenstein and Mitch on the court together, that would be crazy size, but I don't think it would work, especially with the Pacers, how fast they go. We would get killed from a speed element. Buzzer beater with a $2 super chat. Thank you, my guy. Styles make fights. Half court versus fast break. Ooh, bar right there. Bar right there. Bar right there. It's true, though. Thank you for the $2. I really do appreciate it, Buzzer Beater. I really do appreciate the super chat. Half court versus fast break. We'll bring them to half court and show them what's good. We'll show them what's good on the Knicks home court. Let's go. Thank you for the $2, man. Richie, I take it you made that graphic with Photoshop. How? LOL. I like it very much since Brunson gives off Batman vibes. Yes, sir. Look at this. Batman vibes. Guys, go follow me on socials. Go follow me on socials at NYNicks_media on Instagram and Twitter. Your boy's been very active over there. Appreciate that. Let's go. We have to slow the game down offensively and get back on D while not neglecting the threes. My man Calvin just spitting that heat. Knicks in 5. Go Anunoby and Precious. I see a lot of Precious supporters. DDV put in work. I want Precious on the court. I agree, Mike. Ihart has been more offensive skills than he gets credit for. He can shoot and put the ball on the floor. Kelvin, you're right. I mean, those little push shots that Hartenstein hit in Game 6 and throughout the series are so big. You get Hartenstein a little pick and pop, a little floater, a little push shot from 6 feet away, a little soft touch, rim around, boom. Give me those 2 points. He also hits a nice little mid-range shot when the shot clock expires. You're right. The faster we put away the Pacers, the more we can prepare for Boston or Cleveland. Listen, Prestige, I know I feel you, but we cannot look past the Pacers. That is a recipe for failure. We cannot be like, yeah, let's just Knicks in 4. Let's worry about the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Boston Celtics. We can't do that. Let's ground ourselves. We got to focus on what's ahead. Just like we cannot look past the 76ers. Richie, those push shots make me nervous, though. They go in somehow. They go in, Keith. I feel you. They make me nervous, too, but they've been going in recently. Knicks got to come out hot and play tough playoff basketball. I'm interested in the key matchups. Yeah, man, the key matchups. Brunson versus Halliburton is the big one. OG versus Siakam is another big one. I think OG against Siakam is going to be the most intriguing one because Siakam is the Pacers' leading scorer. So OG is definitely going to be matched up on him. And then how does Hartenstein contain Miles Turner? Right? And then the defense from Nesmith, definitely something. Definitely something. The Pacers got a lot of guys who can just get hot out of nowhere. That's the thing that scares me. They can get hot out of nowhere. They can get hot out of nowhere, man. Let's go. Those push shots are called the big man floater. You know the vibes, Kelvin. All right, folks, we're going to wrap up the show here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another Knicks Media Live show. I'll see you guys after the game for the post-game recap. Hopefully recapping a W. Hopefully we're recapping a W, baby. That's the vibes that we're trying to obtain here at Knicks Media, a W. Okay, so we shall see. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another Knicks Media show. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go, Knicks! Go, New York! Go, New York! Go! Come on now. Let's get hyped, Knicks fans. We're entering round number 2. The vibes are high. I'll be at the Garden Wednesday night for Game 2. Cannot wait for that. I will see you guys later. Let's freaking go, Knicks. I'm so hyped up right now. Let's go. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Your boys out. Let's go, Knicks.